USF 18, the Florida Gators 16, Dan.
Yeah.
Sort of the upset of the day. Necro Grammatica, there is another Grammatica.
Yeah.
Wins it for the Bulls on a 20-yard field goal at the gun. I had this in my quad box right next to the U.S. men's soccer team game, which was also going on at the same time.
It's called a match in international football. Continue.
I'm not sure which team had a harder time scoring. The U.S. men's national team, the Florida Gators.
Did the U.S. team win?
They lost 2-0. It was a horrible showing.
Also to USF?
No, they lost to South Korea.
Oh, okay.
But either way, so look, let's put it this way. First things first, USF is a good team. We saw USF beat Boise State in week 1. That was an impressive showing. They beat them by 27.
Yeah.
Killed them. This was obviously a much different variety of win to go on the road in the swamp and come away as a victor. By beating Florida, USF instantly vaults itself, I think, to the head of the class in terms of that G5 playoff conversation. I don't see how it could be anything but. This was probably the best win any G5 team is going to have all year.
It seems right.
And they've got Miami next week. So who the hell knows if they're truly catching lightning in a bottle here and taking out the state of Florida, they have a shot next week in week 3. Beyond that, though, there is not a single team on this schedule moving forward that should beat them. I suspect someone will, because that's just the way these G5 teams work out. But they're legit. They're legit. Byrum Brown is crazy exciting. He's built like Lenora Sellers. He plays a bit like Lenora Sellers. He's not Lenora Sellers, but they're going to build the whole plane out of him. Alex Golish is fun. He's a culture guy. They play hard for him, whistle to whistle. If Florida has a tough time stopping him, I can't imagine anybody in the American can stop him. Okay. So if you're a USF fan, you should be over the moon excited.
Of course.
That said, and with all due respect to my beloved USF Bulls, who I proudly picked to win the American.
Yes.
When I think about the Florida Gators in this game, I am reminded of that old Jim McKay quote. Do you remember that quote?
The youth was being brought in like a tractor beam. Continue with a Jim McKay reference.
They asked him, what do you think about your team's execution? And his response was, quote, I'm in favor of it.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
Yeah.
That's what this was. This is an almost incomprehensible loss for the Florida Gators. This was terrible on like 18 different levels. And you know what the most frustrating part of this was?
Tell me.
They still could have won.
Yeah.
When you play that bad for 60 minutes and you still probably should have won, I don't know where you go with that if you're a Florida fan, honestly. I don't know where you go with that if you're Billy Napier, who was already sort of on the hot seat.
I don't think it's a matter of going. I think a lot of Florida fans have been existing on the, Billy Napier is a failed state island for quite some time. Like,
I mean, this was just a mess. 11 penalties.
Yeah.
For 103 yards, 2 of which bailed out USF on what amounted to the game-winning drive.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Lagway missed guys. Kind of got worse as the game went on.
Yep.
They were awful in the red zone. The play calling was, I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, the first down pass, the game management, the clock management. It's
like, what the hell were they doing when they got the ball with about 2:45 left, 2 passes? They couldn't pass all game, Dan. Why are they passing there? Run the clock out.
I'm pretty sure. So USF got the ball with about 3 minutes left and couldn't do anything. And I changed it to another game, thinking to myself, all right, well, they had their shot. Florida's going to ice this one. They'll get a couple first downs or whatever. And then 6 minutes later, I turned it back to the game, and USF was lining up with the ball on first down with like 2:48 left.
Yeah.
No time had come off the clock.
Florida got the ball back. After you turn it off, Florida got the ball back. Incompletion, run. USF calls timeout. 3rd down, they try to throw a streak down the left sideline that was just out of the reach of a receiver.
Yeah.
Guy was open. It was just, it was a risky throw for that game situation. Yeah. And it came back to bite him because they gave the ball back to USF. USF had plenty of time. They had the 2-minute warning to work with. it was just bad on so many fronts. And I'm not trying to dunk on Florida here, but I am actually very frustrated. I am frustrated for the people who listen to this show who I know are Florida fans,
Right.
because that was awful.
Can I extend some grace? Can I go other side of the coin? You're not who you are on your worst day. You're not who you are on your best day. Florida fans would likely rightfully argue this is not the first time this has happened with Billy Napier. He should never have been calling plays. He's not a good play caller. He's not a good offensive manager. And here we are again going through the same thing we've been going through. The grace is it's a long year. They can correct mistakes. At his best, DJ Lagway is excellent. The receivers, when healthy and at their best, can be excellent. The defense has legitimate dudes. They can grow from this. And maybe they were overlooking USF because the schedule does get extremely real in conference coming up, and they have Miami. So we can say they're not who they are on their worst day, and they will improve from here. That's the bright side of this all. That's the silver lining. They will have a best day of the season. It is to come. This was nowhere near it. So there is the potential to grow and say that's who we were in early September. That's not who we are in mid-October. That exists for everybody, potentially. And so it exists for Florida. So it can happen if that's their starting point. I just don't love what their starting point is on the sideline. That's all.
Somewhere, somehow, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
I suspect that Jed Fish is looking at this score and just wondering, can I get back to Gainesville? Yeah. Florida's going to go fishing if it goes this route. They are. I'm going to speak it into existence. I've been talking it up for 3 years.
I don't know. He's in the Big Ten.
Let's start the rumors now. Let's just get it. Let's start it now. Let's get in early so when it happens, I can beat my chest.
Yeah. I think they might be looking at a shoe man. I don't know. We'll see.